Thank you for joining us for Tone Up Tuesday. Today we're going to focus on a particular body part, calves, how to target them, how to shape them, how to make them stronger. And we're going to cover three very basic variations of how you can target calves. These are all in a standing position. We're not going to be getting any massage or stretching done today. On your pivotal platform, I want you using a frequency range in the higher fields. If you've done a warm-up or a couple stretches prior with your calves, I would recommend that. We're going to bring the machine up to an 18 hertz to 22 hertz range on your pivotal, 35 to 40 on your vertical. Depending on your level of conditioning, the distance between your feet or your amplitude setting of intensity is going to be based on you and your preference. I'm going to do this about hip width apart. We're going to be coming up on our toes, and I want to be somewhat stable. You'll notice I'm not standing so tall that you're hearing in my voice. I want you bent a little bit of a light squat, and or a mid squat if you've got a little more stability. And all we're going to do is raise up onto the toes without unbending at the knees. All we're doing is keeping that basic stance, standing up. Hang on to your handles for stability. If you're using a machine without handles, put a chair back or something in front of you. It's hard to hang on to the wall if you wobble, so you just want something for the fingertips if you need stability coming up on this one. You can hold for a duration of 3 to 5 seconds. Control the downward movement. It's not just a quick up and down. You want to feel that load all the way up and all the way down. We're going to run that for about 30 seconds to a minute. Push it as far as 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes if you're a little bit more conditioned. The next one, we're going to back just to the off the edge, so you're hooked under the balls of your feet, kind of like you were standing off the edge of a chair. We're going to continue. Knees are slightly bent, so we've got some load. Hold for 3 to 5 seconds. But this time we're going to come back down. We're going to lock the legs, and we're going to feel that stretch on the back of the calves. Bend the knees, back up. If you want more intensity on your pivotal, widen it up. Play with the settings on your vertical, depending on what platform you're using. Straighten those legs. You almost need to lock your legs on this one, and a lot of people are going to ask, you're not supposed to lock your legs on a vibration machine. There are exceptions to every single rule, every single contraindication. When you are locking your legs in this fashion, your heels are not in contact with the platform. Notice how you can't hear a thing in my voice, but as soon as you put a heel on, the heel is the point of contact that kind of transfers it up through the rest of your body. So if you're just hooked off on the edges, locking those legs for 3 to 5 seconds not only feels great, but it mimics what you'd do off the edge of a stair or a bench. Bend the knees as we come up. And again, this one you could run 30 seconds to a minute, couple minutes if it feels good, if you're maybe doing it as a standalone. The very last one we're going to do is a little bit more athletics. It's going to take a little bit more balance. We're going to do a lunge. We've talked about lunges in previous sessions. If the stability's not there, widen up your stance by moving your back leg. If your feet are directly in line with each other, you're going to be more destabilized, and we're going to be moving on to our toes. So on your pivotal platform, not a whole lot of movement is required. We are destabilizing you in this position, so keep it, maybe 2 to 3 inches apart from the center. That back foot is depending on how hard you want to make that lunge. I want this front leg straight up and down, just like a table leg, and we're going to continue to come up on the toe and back down. You want a little more weight, bend that back leg, adds more body weight. Okay? Slow dynamic movements. If you have knee issues, torn meniscus, swollen things, you may not want it. This one's a little bit more aggressive. Okay? Time this with your breathing. I wouldn't do this one as long as the first two variations. On this one, of course, you're going to want to switch legs. So line that foot up. You're always going to have one leg that's stronger than the other. You don't want to be like leaning forward into the machine. You want to be nice and straight back, straight front leg, up onto the toe, back down. Okay? Up onto the toe, and back down. And again, 30 seconds to a minute on something like this. If you want to get really fancy, you could add some weights, add a little more dynamic movement in a faster fashion, but that slow dynamic movement when you're incorporating the capabilities of the higher G vibration machines, the Hypervibes, the Galileos, some of the power plates. When we're getting into those higher training frequencies, those muscles are firing. So you focus more on slow dynamic movement or just static positions if you're just starting out with a high G platform. Thank you for joining us today. Any questions specific to calves or today's sessions, please put those in the news feed. If you're looking for a vibration machine, if you're looking for training, please reach out. I'm here to help and offer my experience and make sure you make the best decision for you.